Thank you, Prime Minister. Laura Kunsberg, BBC News. You are ditching much of the manifesto that you and your party stood on just 2 years ago. More families, including traditional Tory voters, will have to pay more for elderly care. Many families will lose hot meals for their children at school, just at a time when people are feeling the pinch. You're pushing back, balancing the books again, and your immigration proposals might cost billions to the economy. Now, when you put that all together, wouldn't some voters be quite entitled to conclude that adds up to quite a bleak picture that you're putting forward?
I'm Sky News. Prime Minister, in the manifesto on page 36, you repeat, we continue to believe that no deal is better than a bad deal for the UK. Is this document a mandate for no deal? Are voters who vote for you accepting that a possibility within the 5 years is that there could be no deal? And is that not the definition of potential chaos?
Prime Minister, Andy Bell, Channel 5 News. Prime Minister, do you accept under your social care plan that the majority of people currently receiving care in their own homes will actually end up worse off under your plan? And isn't that symptomatic of much of this manifesto, which is you're turning your back a bit on the traditional Middle England that's put the Conservatives into power because at this election you think you can find votes elsewhere?
You said you wanted to be straight, and can I just ask you, following on from the previous question, everybody says there is a cost to getting net migration down, an economic cost. Have you costed it? What is it? Is it in billions? You said you want to, throughout the manifesto, you're saying you want to close injustice gaps. Isn't there a danger that you're creating a whole new one between children of slightly better off parents who maybe die of a heart attack or are treated for a certain type of medical condition and slightly better off children of someone who has dementia? It looks like they get very different treatment under a Theresa May government under these plans. And just one more, throughout the manifesto, you seem to give business quite a hard time. Energy companies with big names have slightly conned their customers. House builders have been building pretty grotty houses, you say. Do you think the Conservatives over the years have got too cosy with business and business has been too greedy?
Are you trying to redefine what it means to be a Conservative? And to your critics on social care who say that you may be trying to implement a death tax, what would be your reasoning to them to tell them that it isn't a death tax?
So you're going to means test the winter fuel allowance for pensioners. You're going to replace the triple lock guarantee on the basic state pension with a less generous double lock, and wealthier pensioners are going to have to pay more for their care, including care at home.
This goes from the Daily Mail. You've put leaving the single market in your manifesto. Would you expect those in your party and those in the House of Lords who oppose that to drop their opposition to that if you win? And can I just ask, in the sort of theme of the day, do you consider yourself a Thatcherite?
Thank you, Prime Minister. Ben Glaze from the Daily Mirror. You were elected in 2010 and 2015 on a promise to reduce net migration to the tens of thousands. That pledge is in the manifesto again today. You were Home Secretary between 2010 and 2016, and you didn't meet that pledge. Why should people believe that today?
War from HuffPost. Prime Minister, Halifax voted 55% leave. And like many seats, Labour seats that you're targeting in this election, won't it be the case that if you do win these seats, those new MPs and voters will want to hold your feet to the fire to get a firm Brexit? And in that case, isn't David Cameron deluded to think the greater your majority, the greater the chance of a soft Brexit?
You've been asked repeatedly throughout the campaign about taxes on higher earners, and you've always answered, wait for the manifesto. The manifesto doesn't really have any detail about what tax increases higher earners might face, nor whether they might face increases in national insurance. You're asking higher earners to vote for you without knowing what sort of tax rates they might be paying. So what would you say to them now that the manifesto is out and it doesn't tell them what they are going to be paying in tax?